Hi there, welcome. Welcome to Homekeepers. Grab yourself a cup of tea and stay with us a while, will you? And I want to welcome you to Homekeepers. Maybe this is the first time that you've watched, but boy, that term Homekeepers is so loaded. We really need to be so interested in keeping our home. And I'm not talking about materially or physically as much as I am really keeping those people inside and keeping evil out. That's what a homekeeper should really be concerned about. So glad you're on board, and I hope it won't be your last time if this is your first time, okay? Got a wonderful, wonderful guest today. I've known her for quite a long time. Her name is Jeanie Turner, and she is the founder of One Way Out Ministries. Hope you'll remember that. We'll have it on the screen later in the show. But I feel that Jeanie is really in the heat of the battle, in the trenches, winning people to the Lord that Satan's paid the highest price for. And we're talking about girls in the adult entertainment business. We're talking about victims of human trafficking. We're talking about the homeless, and we're talking about those who are addicted with drugs and alcohol. And God bless her. I hope that after you meet her, you'll remember her, put her on your daily prayer list, because, like I said, she's on the front line fighting. Glad to have her. And I'm going to join Stephanie with the most unusual pie. We've talked about it all day. In fact, Stephanie thinks it was born out of some lady who just looked in her cupboard and this is all she had, so she put it together. We're going to see what it tastes like, but it's called a cranberry orange pie. That's got to be good. Before I join her, though, I want to offer you, and this is for any amount you want to send to us. It's by Pastor Joseph Louis Giglio. He's a great big church in Atlanta, and it's called Putting an X Through Anxiety. You know, we are a Xanax nation. We have so many drugs in this nation and so many awful stories about it, about the drug companies and so forth, and the opioids that even some medical doctors are involved in pushing. And we're a drugged up society, there's no question. And why? Usually because of something called anxiety. And there's a better way to get rid of it. This pastor has put it all together. And I keep remembering a song, I think I might have directed it one time. All your anxiety, all your care, bring to the mercy seat and leave it there. Never a burden that he does not bear. Never a friend like Jesus. If you've got anxiety, and probably most of the people I'm talking to do have some measure of it, this is yours. You can tell it's small, but it's got powerful messages to help you, and it's yours for any price, any gift that you want to give to the program. The information's on your screen, 1-800-229-0059 if you use that credit card like Stephanie does, and if you're like me, you write to Homekeepers, Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida, 33758. And we will so appreciate it, but I think a lot of people need this book. And I'm here with Stephanie. Don't you think it's great that we can represent these two generations?
The two generations, yes.
I'm the check writer, and you are?
I'm the debit card user, for sure.
Yep.
I write one check a month, I think.
Really? Well, I got a email or a sweet letter from a lady this week. She says, Arthelene, I write checks too.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this, you know, they call it a pie. I call it a bread, okay? So don't think you're making some fluffy goodness pie. It's
like
more
a
of a
biscuit
bread.
or something.
Yeah, so we'll call it cranberry orange pie, but really it's cranberry orange bread.
Yes.
Very interesting recipe. So you have a half a cup of fresh chopped up, okay, wait, nope, and you have 2 tablespoons of orange zest. You're gonna mix those together.
Mix them together first, okay.
Thank you. I have 3/4 cup of Bisquick. I have 3/4 cup of sugar, which I'm gonna cut back just a little bit because I know you like to do that. I have a cup of milk. I have 3 tablespoons of butter melted, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 eggs. Okay, and I'm mixing all of this together.
And that bears repeating because ever since I read an article that you don't need all the sugar.
Yeah, see, I didn't put it all.
We really cut it back.
Anywhere you can cut back.
It doesn't.
Stuff like that is good.
It doesn't change the taste. And this is just spread around the bottom, right?
Yes, please.
Is that sprayed or anything?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm glad I thought of that.
Yes, me too.
Talk to
And
the
I have
folks while I
vanilla,
find the spray.
And I have 2 eggs and a cup of milk, and I'm just gonna get this all incorporated together. This is so super simple. You could do this, you know, with blueberries. You could do it with strawberry. I mean, you really could
Oh,
do it with any fruit. Ooh, peach.
the most
peach
amateur
would be really good.
cook could do this one.
For sure. So you just incorporate all of this. She sprayed the pan.
I thought it was kind of funny though when you said, I think somebody made this up because that's all they had in the fridge.
Honestly, a lot of recipes I think come from some man or some woman in the kitchen. They're like, okay, this is what I have. What can I do with it?
Yeah,
'Cause
necessity.
this seems like that.
Have you heard the statement? What is it? The mother of necessity?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
So
So
it was
you
probably
just-
after Thanksgiving. Somebody had cranberries, right?
Yeah. And she had an orange in the bowl.
And an orange. And, you know, Bisquick.
Yeah.
We pretty much always have Bisquick.
Bisquick in many American homes.
Yeah. So then I mean,
Look at that.
I don't know. I might do a little bit more, although it looks really good. So when we taste it, we'll find out.
Yeah,
Okay,
you might
so,
be a little impressed even.
Yeah, so I mixed all those ingredients. You're spreading, and don't be too, because it all floats up, and then we have
All
to do it
floats
all
up at the
over
top
again. Yep.
anyway.
Yep, so I'm just gonna pour this in here. And then
Should we have a moment of silence for the person who invented Bisquick?
Sure.
Oh, so
Yeah,
then you rearrange them?
so then I'm gonna rearrange it while you go ahead and grab the.
Yes. Here's the finished one.
Yeah.
You have to admit it's kind of.
I mean, it looks good. It looks better than I anticipated when I was putting it all together this morning. And truth be told, there was corn muffin mix on the counter this morning, and I started making it with corn muffin mix. Thankfully, I came to my senses right before I started putting wet ingredients in it and realized the corn muffin mix is for a recipe for tomorrow. So that would have.
Well, it looks
not
like a
been
piece
good.
of pie. And we got a little carried away. We got a little carried away with the whipping cream.
Listen, there was some left in the thing, and if there's some left in the container, you should just go ahead and whip it up.
Yeah.
So that's
And
what we did.
I love
Like
whipping
everyone can go crazy with whipping cream today.
cream. Yes.
I have
All
to taste this just out of curiosity.
Yes.
So get you some
Gotta-
whipping
yeah.
cream. I'll let you.
It's pretty good. Kind of spongy.
It is good.
Yeah. That would be
Again,
a nice surprise for your
I would
family.
not call it a pie, though. That is not
No,
a
it
pie.
doesn't taste like a pie. Like a pie crust.
But it's like cranberry orange bread. And it's delicious.
And to me, you could put a whole lot more cranberries and stuff in there. Than
yeah.
that. Yeah, you just take the idea and
This
run
is
with
the
it.
minimalist approach.
It really is. You could put twice that much fruit in it, really. But it is called cranberry orange pie. That's all it is. If you want it, you can have it for free. The information's coming up on your screen. And I know that a lot of people in my circle of friends have met Jeanie Turner, but you who have not, you are going to love her. So stay with us.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, you may receive it by contacting us through social media as listed on the screen. When requesting a copy through the mail, be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you, and please know we always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
Welcome, Jeanie. It's been a long time, many years since you've been here, and you're still at it, girl. I'm just so
Yes, ma'am.
proud of you. Now, God, tell me about the purple. We got purple hair, we got purple nails, and that is definitely your signature. And a purple cup.
Yes, ma'am. Not long after I came to know Christ, I was sitting in the back row of First Assembly, because that's where we like to hide when we don't want anybody to talk
back
to
row.
us. And way up in the front, there was a cross, and it had a beautiful purple drape over it.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there thinking, He died on a cross for me. I don't remember who was preaching. I don't know if it was Pastor Dan. I don't remember what the sermon was about. It might have been about your sins, but I just remember he died for me to be forgiven. And I remember that day just thinking I could reach out and touch that color, and it became my favorite color, the color of forgiveness to me.
Well, it looks really good on you, so.
And I've worn it from here to Amsterdam, to the red light district, to India, to the Dominican Republic, and everybody knows me as the Purple Lady.
Well, what kind of childhood did you have? Did you grow up in church?
No, didn't know Jesus at all until I was 39, and until I had been married 5 times. And
I heard one lady say that's the biblical limit.
Yeah.
Just bad
True.
joke, bad joke.
True. Well, the thing is when I heard the story about the woman at the well, I realized there was hope for me. Yeah.
It's a good thing that that story's in there.
Yes.
Absolutely, for many reasons. So, even in all that, God was preparing you, even when you were so far away from Him.
Yeah, so he really reached down and touched the depths of my soul. It took all that rejection that I had received and kind of manifested this love in me and traded it for all that rejection. And so I spent my life since I came to Christ loving people.
And did you go back and maybe begin to work and minister to people that you could identify with?
Well, I did. You know what? All I did is saw women on the sides of the roads driving to church and back. And I was like, oh, I could help her.
Wow.
I can help her.
You just put us all under conviction. Drive past it while we go to church.
You know what? Most people don't see those women. I have people all the time that say to me, I never see her. I never see the women on the side of the street. All the time. I make U-turns because they're there.
Of course, there's so many you deal with in the adult entertainment business, and human trafficking, homeless, and drug addicted. Now, is there a composite out of all of that that you could describe? Like age, background, educational achievements, just all the above?
Yeah, there's not. I mean, recently I had a girl whose father was an attorney. You know, I have girls that, you know, come from nothing, have nothing. You know, there's just not. It's.
They have to be completely remade, though, right?
Yes, because they're messed up, spirit, soul, and body. And it takes that, like, for anybody to say that girls can be helped and not be helped spiritually, they cannot. They have to be. It has to be spirit, soul, and body that's fixed.
Now, do they come to you?
I hear about girls in all different ways. Like, you know, they'll be brought to me, or I'll meet them at the strip club, or I'll meet them at jail, or I find out about them in all different ways. They'll walk into my store. The coolest thing happened. We were doing devotions at my store not long ago, and my doors came open, and I have a 6,000 square foot store, but the doors came open, and this girl came trotting in the store, and she was like, Miss Jeanie. She goes, I need you. And I said, okay, what you need? She goes, I need to go to detox. And I said, all right, we're going.
You didn't know her at all?
I did know her, but I had been asking her forever, how can we go to detox yet? No, no, no. I see her on the street all the time. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready to take you. And that day she was ready. And so she saw my 3 purple flags, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit out by the road, and she came in, and I took her to detox.
Yeah. Let's put your website up, and that will lead you to other things. Now, she mentioned her store. I've been in that store. Do you want to describe it? It's called Second Chance, right?
Yeah. Second Chance Upscale Resale. And our store just has really beautiful things in it. It's not like every other thrift store. Not that we're trying to put any other thrift store down, but it's beautiful.
Well, it's laid out like Lord and Taylor. I mean, somebody who knows what they're doing.
We try really hard to make it really elegant. We try to make it look like all the different room settings too. And lots of people have donated beautiful things, and it helps to support what we do.
Yeah, that's one way to support it. And
Yes.
That's why I wanted to get the website up.
Yes.
Because I urge you, this lady has a track record. How many years now?
20. This year coming up is our 20th year.
Now think about this. Married 5 times, finds the Lord at the age of 39.
Yeah.
With a ministry like this, it's worth supporting.
Yes.
And you might have a daughter that's out there in one of these conditions we've discussed. And I think it'd be good to sow a seed in a ministry like this. What's the hardest to deal with it? Is it the drugs or?
Yes, that is hard. And
I would think
we
so.
send them to detox. I take them to detox, and then they have to stay 30. They have to go 30 days to a rehab before they can.
So the detox rehab, they know you and you work together?
They will work with me because they know my ministry. They're more apt to let them stay 30 days to get them clean before they come for me.
Yeah, that speaks volumes right there.
Yes.
They know you're going to try to take them all the way.
The court system also works with me too, because they voted me the Liberty Bell winner last year.
Congratulations.
To help
That's awesome.
women in the court system, because
Did you get a trophy or something?
I did.
Oh,
and I was
great.
voted that by the Florida Bar Association.
That's another good reason to give to this ministry. It's solid and the city recognizes it. Now, how do you, I have another friend who's been on here a couple times who is in the adult, tries to help those in the adult entertainment. And boy, it's amazing how they're welcome in. They know who they are. They go in, they minister to the girls before they go on stage or whatever. That's a pretty tough one to crack, isn't it?
Can I just tell you a story about last night alone? So last night, I went to do a little video outside of the club because we're getting ready to have Missions Week at our church. So we wanted to, because I'm going to have my 20th anniversary too, so we were doing a little video. And I actually got opposition in the parking lot by the next door neighbor at the restaurant. And then I got opposition by the doorman. And then the owner was called and he came out. And he looked at me and he smiled really big and he's like, "I know you." I said, "You should. I've been coming for 20 years. And he said, "Actually," and he said, "Where do you go to church?" And I said, "First Assembly." And he said, "I go to church with you." The owner. And then he goes,
The owner of the entertainment.
He goes, "But can I have some of your cards?" He said, "Because some of these girls really do need your help." And I was like,
praise the Lord.
He's like,
wonderful.
"I've been seeing you up by the cross and I really wanted to approach you." And I said, "You can approach me anytime. Let's have lunch." Like, when I tell you, I went through so much warfare yesterday. I had so much warfare, Arthelene, yesterday that I was like, this is the reason all of this happened. I'm just amazed.
Now get this, the owner of an adult entertainment place asks for the cards of the people that try to get them out. So where else could that happen?
It was amazing. And I was like hugging him. We were both smiling, and he was like, "Do your video." Like, but I got opposition from everybody else. So all I'm telling you is God is in it, you know?
He is. And we had a brief conversation before this program started, and she told me you know, and this happens. I've been in the ministry all my life. Those that you help sometimes turn on you. And a couple did, and I want you to pray for her, because I just picked up a little discouragement there, and girl, you're doing too much. I think Dottie Rambo wrote a song called "There's Too Much Ahead to Turn Back Now." So
Yes.
That's the truth.
Absolutely.
Now, are some of these girls mothers?
Oh yeah, that is the biggest clue, is we're putting families back together. We're restoring families. And this year we're doing a purple tie ball. This is the very first time. And I could just tell you such amazing stories, but we've got somebody sponsoring us to do this purple tie ball. If you come, you get one of these. At the Purple Tie Ball, you get this as a gift.
One way out.
You can go to purpletieball.com actually and register for a Purple Tie Ball. It's not till March the 2nd, but it's going to be a huge event, and it's going to have an auction, and it's going to be wonderful.
Well, that speaks volumes right there, that you've really made your presence known in that town. And trust me, there's a lot of those, what I would probably call in the underground, they know about you. And when they're ready, they will come. And most of them come to you, or do you seek them out?
Yeah, a lot of people bring people to me. A lot of times they come to me. But what I was going to tell you earlier, before I mentioned the Purple Tie Ball, is the people that we're using at the event to give their testimonies are families that have been restored.
Praise the Lord.
Instead of just women, it's husbands and wives and their children. Instead of just one woman, now I'm using whole families. Because that's what it's all about, is reconciliation of families. It's not just a woman, it's
yeah, she's got a whole circle there.
I have one woman coming that literally, it was her and then her children. Her daughter that's in college is coming personally to thank me face to face, because she didn't even realize at the time that I had rescued her mother from a strip club when she was a child. And
You're giving me goosebumps, girl.
And she wants to thank me. But when I went up to Ohio to visit, there was 3 rows of people in church, because I had led the mother to the Lord and led each family member to the Lord since then.
What kind of a program, you have to keep them off the streets, and some of them, do you have homes, or do you have places for them?
I do.
Because some of them are absolutely homeless.
Some.
And some of them need to be taken out of the situation they're in.
Some live with me. Some live in, I have some girls that live in halfway houses. They live in recovery programs. Some live in the homes that I have. And some live in their own homes. It's not all that. But they all can be in my program. I have a year program, and they have specific rules that they live by while they're in my program. They come to my classes at my store that on Thursdays and Fridays. They're mentored by me or other women in my organization, and they go to church. And
is that a requirement?
Jobs. Yeah. And so they just follow the procedures, and we help them every step of the way, whether it's going to court, whether it's going to doctors, whether it's going to church, whatever it is, we help them each step of the way.
What about those that are in human trafficking? Because we're hearing more and more about that, and it's a real problem in America. We think of it as girls in cages, you know, in Asia somewhere. But they might be sitting next to us in church, right?
Right.
How does that work?
Well, we've helped plenty of girls who have been in human trafficking. One girl was 17 years old, and I had her living in my home, and she went back to the person who put her in human trafficking, left my home, and it was her own father.
Oh, my goodness. Is that something that's hard to break from? Is there a lot of money involved?
Yeah, they go back to it because it's their comfort zone. Even though it's a bad comfort zone, they still go back to it.
That's what they know.
Yeah.
What's the youngest girl you've helped?
15. I have 3 15-year-olds with counseling, and all 3 of them are free today.
And what did they come from, drugs or?
They came from human trafficking.
Is that right? Now, how do they get into that? Some guy, I'm sure, who offers them something, and
all 3 of those were in high school, and all 3 of those were lured in.
And so they sell the girl 2 or 3 times a night or whatever, or every, you know, 2 or 3 times a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that hard to break away from? Are they afraid of the?
Yeah, because
He's a
they
pimp,
think
isn't he?
he loves them.
Oh,
They
That's
think
sad.
that's their boyfriend.
their boyfriend who loves them but sells them to other men. Yeah, I think what I said at the top of the show is this area right here, the devil's paying the highest prices for.
Yeah.
It's the hardest to break,
Right.
all of those. We're almost out of time, but you also help homeless women.
Yeah.
Where do you find those, or do they come to you?
You find them right on the street. You know, they're just
And how do you
everywhere.
approach them?
There's so many homeless people in
Oh, yes,
Southwest
yeah.
Florida. Well, you can approach a homeless person with a sandwich, you know. It doesn't take much to help a homeless person. And you just help them with anything that they have need of.
Do you invite
They
them?
have need of everything.
Do they invite you? Do you invite them to come with you?
Not usually, but there's so many resources that you can hand them. You know, I have resource books that I can hand them. I can just help them with almost anything. But we have a Southwest Florida Homeless Coalition too that can help them with.
So you kind of network with. So you said you have a couple of homes. Would most of those be for the drug addicts?
Well, no, I wouldn't say most of them would be for drug addicts. And I wouldn't call mine halfway houses either. I don't like the term halfway house. I call them whole houses because we make whole women. But
better,
no, whatever situation the girl is in, you know, we'll help them. It doesn't matter whether if it's addiction.
If
or,
they need safety,
yeah.
you can take care of that. Well, girl, what? You need to write your story sometime, really.
I am writing 2 books. I'm writing one on the hurricane because I lost my home and then I lost my furniture in a fire after that, and then God restored it all.
Praise the
And
Lord.
then I'm also writing a book on just everything God's
well,
done.
you've got the
in the
material for a
ministry.
book.
Yeah.
Glad you could be with us. And we are
you.
just about out of time, but what a story. I hope that you'll take advantage of the information we put on the screen. And remember, friends, there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.